Oroville police are investigating the discovery of a body at a homeless camp in Palermo. Why you can expect parking challenges and long lines this weekend at the Sacramento International Airport.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news, Oroville police are investigating a death at an area homeless camp. It was reported around 10 o'clock this morning at a location along Railroad Avenue, north of Messina Avenue in Palermo. Action News Now is at the scene where an Oroville police officer couldn't comment, but did confirm the Butte County coroner was called in. We are working to find out whether any foul play is expected, and we will bring you more details online and on Action News Now tonight. New at noon, the change in weather conditions has CAL FIRE lifting burn permit suspensions in Butte, Tehama, Glenn, and Siskiyou counties. That means dooryard burning is once again allowed, but a reminder, check with air quality control to make sure it is a permissible burn day. A live look from the Tom Head, California alert camera. This is in Tehama County. You can see threatening skies there right up in the clouds. Meteorologist Mark Thibodeau has a look at what you can expect for the day ahead.
Oh, good afternoon, Linda. We're looking at low pressure out across the Pacific. This is going to kind of find a home here as we head through the next couple of days. Low pressure here, it's drawing up the moisture from the Pacific. That's going to mean some rain across the North Valley, the Mid Valley, coastal areas, the Sierra, as well as the Cascades, I'm afraid, as we go through this weekend. It's going to move north into British Columbia, and then it's going to back up to the west, as we'll see in the full forecast coming up in a little bit, and maybe rain on us again next week. So Chico today, a little sunshine breaking through at 3 p.m. and then some clouds this evening. Overnight, we're down to 53 by 9 a.m. So it's not a bad evening coming up. On the other hand, in Redding, I think we're going to be across the North Valley here in some rain for a lot of the afternoon into the evening. Overnight, we'll settle back into some drier weather, and then temperatures by 1 to 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the low 50s with some clearing.
All right, thank you, Mark. New at noon, a heads up if you're flying out of the Sacramento International Airport this weekend. Airport officials warn parking will be tight. They're expecting all lots to fill, and when that happens, the West Economy parking lot will open to make sure there is still space for everyone. But being full also means longer lines and shuttle waits than usual, so plan ahead, give yourself extra time, and if you really want to make it easy on yourself, get dropped off instead. Historically, this is the busiest weekend of the year at Sacramento International. And also with the federal government shutdown still in effect, they ask that you be patient with TSA officers, air traffic controllers, and Customs and Border Protection staff. Redding police arrested a suspect after seizing a gun and drugs during a traffic stop. Police say they stopped Donald Hamill of Burnt Ranch near Lake Boulevard and Masonic Avenue for a vehicle code violation. A records check showed his license had been suspended for driving under the influence. Hamill consented to a search. Officers say they found a loaded revolver, methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia. Hamill was arrested on drug and weapons charges and for driving on a suspended license. A community gathering in Redding last night to show support for the first responders injured in this week's Reach Medical helicopter crash in Sacramento. The flight originated in Redding. More than 100 people gathered for the prayer vigil. The crowd lit candles and prayed for pilot Chad Millward, paramedic Margaret Dee Davis, and flight nurse Susie Smith. All three remain in critical condition at UC Davis Medical Center. The vigil was a moment for the community to come together, heal, hope, and give thanks to the volunteers who helped save their loved ones. Israel's military says the ceasefire in Gaza is now in effect, and that starts a 72-hour clock for the release of the remaining hostages in Gaza. In exchange, Israel will release 250 Palestinian prisoners. Natalie Brandt has the latest from the White House.
The Israeli military released video showing its troops in Gaza withdrawing to an agreed-upon line. With the ceasefire in effect, the remaining hostages are expected to be released in the coming days. And Palestinians are starting to return to what's left of their neighborhoods following 2 years of war. President Trump, who helped broker the peace deal, headed to Walter Reed Medical Center this morning. He's scheduled to visit Egypt and Israel on Monday.
I think it's going to be a day of great celebration. There's I've never seen anything like it. The streets of so many countries right now, they're just roaring with love and with praise for the people that did this.
At Hostage Square in Tel Aviv, Israelis prayed for the hostages' safe return. Israel believes 48 remain in Gaza, 20 of them still believed to be alive.
Too soon to open champagne.
For the past 2 years, Yehuda Cohen has been fighting for the release of his son, 21-year-old Nimrod Cohen, an Israeli soldier.
It's complicated because we don't know exactly in what condition. After 2 years, he will come out. This is a big void. We want to get to that point and start rehabilitation on Nimrod, of course.
The Trump administration says up to 200 U.S. military personnel will help monitor the implementation of the ceasefire agreement in Israel, working with other international forces on the ground. The troops will also assist with the flow of humanitarian aid into Gaza. President Trump says Palestinians will not be required to leave Gaza during the reconstruction phase. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The 250 Palestinian prisoners set to be released as part of this initial phase of the agreement are serving life sentences. In addition, Israel is also expected to release 1,700 more people arrested in the 2 years since the October 7th terror attack. 19 people are missing after a morning explosion at a Tennessee explosives manufacturer. The explosion reported around 7:45 a.m. at Accurate Energetic Systems near Bucksnort. The sheriff there described the blast as devastating, saying it affected an entire building. Some people have died. Several others are unaccounted for. Smaller explosions in the area made it challenging for emergency responders. People miles away reported feeling the initial blast. A big boost for the Butte County Search and Rescue Team, thanks to a donation from PG&E and the California Fire Foundation. Money from the donations allowed Search and Rescue to buy new Nomex protective fire suits and eye protection. Team leaders say the equipment is vital to helping volunteers stay safe as they help with fire evacuations and post-fire recovery. New at noon, a busy morning in Red Bluff for the Tough Enough to Wear Pink bag giveaway. They tell us they were able to give away 1,000 bags. They're filled with breast cancer awareness tools, goodies, and more. The giveaway took place from 7 to 9 this morning at Cone Campbell Plaza on Walnut Street, with additional pickup spots throughout the city. And Wear Pink merchandise is still available at Zelma's Awards every day that they're open while supplies last. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Big Bike Weekend kicks off today in Redding. It starts with a remembrance ride tonight and continues over the weekend with the hub at the Redding Rodeo Grounds. Saturday's activities include the Sundial Throwdown motorcycle competition, Harley stunt riding exhibitions, a canine demo, and a car show. On Sunday, it concludes with a poker run that starts at Northern California Veterans Home, a ride and bike show, and a swap meet. Proceeds will help support the nonprofit Communities for Police Canines that helps pay for the purchase, training, and veterinary care of police dogs used by Redding Police. We have a link to the full rundown of activities on our website, actionnewsnow.com. Still ahead, a guest joins us with details on the upcoming Women in Business Summit at Chico State and how you can take part.